Hey everybody, hope you guys are all doing okay. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Siralim Ultimate. And in this episode we're just going to be doing what we've normally been doing, which is we're going to go down the realms, we're going to kill a couple false gods, collect a couple anointments, and make a bit of progress on the Rune of Prophecies. The usual. I don't think there's any need to draw things out. We've got our bounty set, we've got our projects running. And all we gotta do is run through these realms on instability 0, which is what we've been doing, except for the false god realms, to maximize on that guild reputation. Everything else is a like everything else, like, you know, keys for the Gate of the Gods, whatever else you get from fighting nether bosses, we can take it or leave it. Like even chests on instability 0 aren't going to be much. I'll open all of these just because we might as well, and it'll give us a bit of progress on that achievement for opening 50,000 chests. You know, got a nice, good chunk of them done. And the other thing we want to get done in every realm is, of course, we still want to kill all the masters, because getting mastery feels like a prudent thing. Who knows what new challenges there might be once the 2.0 update comes out. So we don't want to be slacking off. Even though the game seems easy right now, it could all change very quickly. Alright. So let's find our stuff. Let's find... Oh, we found our false god. Sarah should be pretty easy to take down. I think first we gotta kill all of her friends, and then we kill her. Yep, that was a lot of loot we got for an instability 0 boss. But you know what? I'm not gonna complain. And now we just have to hunt down the master, and then we can just leave the realm, I think. Alright, where do we think he could be? He could be in this big room. Maybe not. Could be in this section. Maybe not. Okay. Alright, let's not drag this out any longer than it needs to be. Because I do have places to be. I mean, not really. I'm recording this in the morning. Ahead of having breakfast. So we'll just... I mean, I'm not even in that much of a rush. I think I'm just used to playing the game really quickly, because of that whole grind for the Construct Master, and I'm still having trouble. I think another thing is, okay, so recently I don't wanna spoil it, because it might not come out. I might not publish it on the channel before this video comes out, but there's a certain game that I did a speedrun achievement for, and it took about... I finally finished it after about 4.5 hours spread across 2 days. Actually, I think maybe even 5 hours. So it took quite a while, and I'm still very much in speed mode right now. I did get it in the end, but it does... So I'm not a speedrunner by nature, but when you do speedrun achievements in any game, especially ones that are very tight, it sort of just messes with the way you perceive time and your, like, it, because I'm not used to this. I'm not a speedrunner. It does bleed into the rest of my life as well. Like, I just need to go fast with everything. And obviously that's not a... that's not a logical way to think about things, but nonetheless, that is how it affects me. Like I said, I'm not a speedrunner by nature. I'm a completionist, not a speedrunner. Alright, so that's the realm done. Now we just gotta hunt down the master. Alright, let's get this done. We made pretty good time yesterday. We might be, depending on what the next Rune of Prophecies will ask us to do, might take a bit of time to get like the gambling done and all of that stuff. But again, I think we should be pretty okay for time in this episode. Well, assuming like we don't get any glitched realms or stuff like that, which does happen from time to time. Anyway, let's smash some of this stuff and just move on to the next realm while I quickly take a sip of water. Recording games in the morning, like my throat is always... Like, I always feel like I have a sore throat, even though I know I don't. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother playing these games. It's a waste of time. I would play those if we were on Instability 5, but not on Instability 0. Just takes too much time. Ooh, Pumpkin King. Luckily, we got that guy killed and we didn't have to bring out our other party members. So what do we gotta defeat Nemesis creatures. Okay, this is a bit of a problem. Excuse me? Excuse me? What? The fuck? There we go. Oh, hang on. Okay. Yeah, Pumpkin Kings are just... Oh, hello? Oh, stand as one. That's, funny. Funny game. I mean, it's not a... I guess it's not necessarily a bad trait for you to have yourself. I guess it's a good way to reduce damage. But it's just... It slows things down way too much. And even if we used it, I think it would slow things down way too much, because any hit that the enemy is trying to do, it would just split it into 5 different hits, or... Yeah, 5 additional hits. 6 in total, and then just we'd... Like, every combat would just turn into, like, waiting for all of the, little, like, the woodpecker sound of, you know, the sound effect that the game plays for 0 damage hits. That little, like, dull wooden sound. Or whatever that is, we'd have to wait for that to play a couple dozen times. Oh god, why are there so many of these guys, man? Come on, I should have never unlocked them. If I was playing the game from scratch, there are a few creatures that I would just not unlock until after I'd gotten every other achievement in the game, just because them existing in the game is just... it's just annoying, and Pumpkin Kings are definitely one of them. So I don't care what that chest summoned, because we're not really gonna be doing any of that. We've killed the master. we're just gonna run on to the exit. And we're gonna just move on to the next realm. Fight these false gods. Get these realms finished. As one does. And I'm gonna wait until... So we have one project ready to hand, and I'm gonna wait until the other one is also ready. Because we are doing both of them. Assassination will also be ready soon. Experiment... actually, no, we'll have to head home to hand in the assassination. So let's just wait until that's done. Right? Let's not... Let us not worry about it right now. Alright. Alright. Sorry, I just got a phone call from my bank. It was... I know I missed a phone call and I was just reading the message, the transcription of the voicemail that they sent. Apparently it's important but not urgent. So I don't know what that means, but I'm just gonna assume that someone's stolen all my money. That's gonna be my working assumption. Alright. Have we killed the master? No, we haven't. I'm gonna assume that somebody's robbed the bank and all the money is just... it's gone. Oh, I don't want to fight a treasure golem. I do want to fight a master, though. And we'll get another crappy nether stone, which... no need to even mark that down, because it's low enough that we can just discard it without a second thought, which I still haven't done yet. I'll do it eventually, but, you know, I'll get to it when I get to it. I'll let the stones pile up for a while, and then maybe on recording, I'll demolish all of them and show you how much piety you get for it. Anyway, let's quickly do this. Another one of these potentially long quests. In a potential... oh my god, look at the size of this realm. Ugh. Hopefully we're not in it for too long. Yeah, I'm still very much in speedrun mentality. To be honest, even before that, I was not a big fan of realms that are this sprawling and difficult to navigate. Alright, let's go and take out this guy, and then the only thing left will be finishing the realm. Again, I would rather not fight this treasure golem. Hopefully he doesn't get knocked into us. Okay. There's one of the things, and there's the other thing. And now we can just leave. I will set the bounty for the next assassination immediately. Oh hey, Competent Engineer 3. Another achievement down. So teleport back home. Alright. Let's Do a bit of this. Start another assassination on whoever the next god spawn is. Who did we do? We did... We're on to Tissia now. We'll do Keyforge. And I guess we'll just start a training mission, which we'll potentially cancel when the next Rune of Prophecies reveals itself. I will fully complete it though, because I mean, at this point, you might as well, right? Because only a couple more realms will give us a lot more value out of it. But in general, if you want to be really efficient with the Rune of Prophecies, you should be handing it in between when you complete 4 or 6 lines. 4 to 6 lines. If you can very easily complete extra lines by, I don't know, maybe summoning a few extra creatures and getting some combat achievements done, then that's worth it. But no, yeah, if you're just focused on the Rune of Prophecies and you want to be efficient with it, just 4 to 6 lines is the way to do it. If you want the achievement, that is. If you want to rush towards the achievement. Alright, so this is going to be an easy realm. Got the master. Got the boss. So let's just break some stuff before we leave. And make a donation. I'm not gonna bother talking to that riddle dwarf. He's too far away. I did see him though. And smash some more stuff, and let's go. Let's now take out the ancestor. Should be a pretty easy fight, assuming I don't get too adventurous with the bonuses I'm giving him. And yeah, let's go on and see how we do. I don't want to give him more defense. Intelligence is fine. We're gonna have to track down all of his friends, or all the people in the realm. This was really dumb. 2 of our people were silenced. Don't make him immune to indirect damage. That's the one thing we cannot sustain, is a boss that is immune to indirect damage. Taking less damage is okay, because it's possible that it doesn't even apply to percentage damage, or maybe it does. And the way damage works in this game is famously very difficult to understand. I don't pretend to know how it works. All I know is that mostly we're doing enough to kill the enemies reasonably quickly. Gotta find 3 more enemies. Animated gem is pretty dumb, but I guess it's not that bad for our party. I guess if it casts wormhole on the wrong person, it could be pretty bad. But then we could just cast wormhole again and put the right person back in the top of the timeline. That's another really dumb realm. So we have, I think, 2 more enemies to find. Hopefully they're down here. Well, here's one. Hang on, let me just reduce the volume in my headphones slightly, because the music in this level is very lively, but also a bit louder than some of the music in some of the other rounds. Oh god, where is this guy, man? What is this realm, dude? Ugh. I'm gonna have to like look at the map to try and find what this last enemy is. Ugh. What is this nonsense? Yeah, they really need to change the way false gods spawn, because this part of it is not fun. I'm not even like what? Where is he, dude? I'm not gonna bother getting that buried treasure. It's too far away. Look. Yeah, this part is just not enjoyable, having to kill every single enemy. Where are you, man? Come on. There, okay, it's a nemesis creature. I saw his modifier text. Fuck off, champion as well. Okay. Alright, let's take out you. Should be pretty easy. Didn't even break a sweat. Alright, our anointment is 100%. That's not great. Enemy death creatures lose defense. I mean, this could be useful if we're fighting a really annoying death enemy that has a lot of damage reduction through its defense. Alright, now we gotta head home. We're not handing in the Rune of Prophecies yet. We're just setting a new false god bounty. Right. Let's just go Nebadar. No point agonizing over it. Alright. Alright, so back to instability 0. And away we go. How are we doing for time? Let me just check. 23 minutes is pretty good. Riddles, alright. Would have been nice to have this for the next Rune of Prophecies, if it had a Riddle Dwarf objective, but it's fine. It's fine. Lightning Service is probably Chaos. Where do we want to go? We want to go up, I guess. Kill our occultist master. And this should be a pretty quick round to finish. All we need to do is find one more dwarf. There should be 3 of them. Of those, we need to find only 2. And you don't even need to answer the riddles correctly. You just need to attempt them. I guess the game would have to do it this way, because otherwise if you got the riddles wrong, then you'd have no way of leaving the realm. Torture Chamber Star Turret. And we can hand in an experiment. So Ralphie is as your dream. Alright, so now the exit is where? Seriously? I've got to go this far out of my way? Okay. Whatever. Whatever, man. Pilgrimage as well. Right, that's gonna give us more value out of going back. So here's what we'll do. We'll hand in our experiment mission, hand in our Rune of Prophecies, wait to hand in the pilgrimage. I guess we're handing in the pilgrimage right away. I guess that's how we're doing it. Alright, so let's hand in the rune before we decide what to do about our Goblet of Trials. So the 12 lines done. And we do have to hand in the Goblet of Trials. We have to kill a specific false god who we'll kill next episode, I guess. Or maybe we'll get lucky and it's the one we're doing right now. And we're probably gonna have to change our class to something else. So as to make progress on this, Witch Doctor, Royal, or Grove Tender? Guess we can do Grove Tender. So let's quickly do that. Yeah, this is gonna be a bit of busy work. You have the correct squad, but do you have the correct anointments? You kind of do, but didn't we? Yeah, we took off Brewmaster's Handshake and we put Singleton instead. So that's kind of good. Or then let's get the gambling done. We need to do Kino, slot machines, and we are actually doing a training mission. That is at least nice. And this is against the Lost Construct, who we'll just kill next time. I don't want to cancel my bounty and set a new one. What do we do? Kino and slots. So let's start with Kino. Let's get this done quickly. All right. And let's do this. Yeah, we get nothing. That's fine. Alright, now we have to set some missions. What do we need to do? Raid mission. And that's it. No Riddle Dwarves, so I feel less bad about wasting that Riddle Dwarf realm in the previous realm. And this, again, should be a pretty decent Rune of Prophecies for us. So anybody who's 76 is going to get a pilgrimage. And I think we just gotta go down. So we'll kill one false god in this episode, and then we'll set a bounty for the Lost Construct, and then the first false god for next episode will satisfy that Rune of Prophecies objective. So in the end, it's not even that bad. Right, we gotta donate some wood. We gotta find the wood first. Alright, this was a bit of a waste, but let's hope that... Oh my god, this realm is also a bit of a nightmare. Let's stick to the big areas, because yeah. Let's not get drawn into these side paths unless it's absolutely necessary. Oh, you know what? We should be summoning some candle enemies as well, because we need to kill 20 of them. So we have to kill a lot of death creatures and a lot of life creatures. So let's get to work. And let's get some life creatures, and let's make our way. All right. This realm is proving to be a little bit of a time waster, which I do not appreciate. Alright. At least we got that done, and the rest of this should be pretty straightforward, because all we gotta do is do this, and now the realm is done. And now we just want to kill a few of these summoned enemies on the way back home. We won't go out of our way to kill them, because we can just summon more of them in the next realm. But I guess we can hit a couple of them as we are walking by. I guess I'll hit one more. Let's see what we are at. 8. So a lot still to get. Oh, I don't like this realm because it's got a couple different types of creatures that are very problematic for us. So hopefully we don't run into too many salamanders, too many sturdy gargantuans, too many of those leeches that make enemies immune to blight. Alright. So we do need to find buried treasure. Death. Life. And then I'll summon one more life. Alright. What do we need to do for this realm? It is... we need to make one more offering. And we need to find our buried treasure. And just generally have it... okay, yeah, there's our treasure. Sturdy Gargantuan, of course, is... as always, the bane of our existence, forcing us to take so much extra time. But what are you gonna do? Need to yoink this. Treasure, and we gotta find oh god. You see what I was saying? Hopefully we don't run into too many salamanders. This is exactly... The fuck is this, man? Come on, fuck off. What awful, awful creatures. Where the hell is... Oh, okay, this is another bit of a troll from the map generation. Tremors are also just the absolute worst. So let's bank on it being to the right. Let's summon more death creatures. Let's summon some sorcery creatures. Let's try and get this done, and then we can just stop worrying about candle enemies for the remainder of this rune of... Man, what? Oh, it's down there. Okay. I was like, where have we not been? Is that the Rune of Prophecies? Yes, that's done now. So, I think we're just gonna go deeper, because we've killed the master. Yes, we have. And now Kichi is gonna be an easy boss fight. Alright. Another realm with annoying bard enemies. I think these are annoying no matter what your class is, because their timeline shuffling takes precedence over everything else, which I have mixed feelings about. Because you would never want that as part of your build. Just like randomly shuffling the timeline. It really does feel like it only exists as a way to troll the player when they run into this trait among the enemy. Oh god. What? Fuck off. Oh. Are you fucking kidding me, man? Get absolutely fucked. Pieces of garbage. Pieces of absolute garbage. Vortexes. Tremor Master in the previous realm. Vortex Master in this realm. Just the worst. Alright, let's get this done. We'll collect the wood just because it's... Actually, it's not that funny in this realm because we can't actually use the wood. It's funny when you're doing it for the Aeolian Gate of the Gods fight, because you can still collect the wood when you're fighting Aeolian, because it just reuses this area for the Aeolian arena. But then you can't actually do anything with the wood. So what am I doing? I'm just done with the realm. Okay. That's what I'm doing. I'm just walking around for no reason. Gotcha. Okay. New realm. Let's go. Buried treasure is nice. Hopefully that's the last buried treasure we need. We need... No, we need 4 of those. Okay. Okay, game, if you say so. So we gotta find the map first, which could be in any number of places. But luckily, when you find the map, even if the treasure itself is in an unexplored part of the map, you can still see the red X. Which I guess makes sense, right? Because the map would have to tell you where it is, so it does make logical sense. That's how maps work. There's the map. Where are we going? Not too far away. Okay. Alright, let's get this done. And let's move on. So we gotta find 2 more buried treasures, which I guess isn't too bad. We've already found 2. The exit was... there, okay. Okay. Let's, Keyforge, I'll... Do we have to hand in Keyforge missions? Not for this Rune of Prophecy, so I'm just gonna hold on to that. Right. New Realm. Nepodar is our second and final false god for today. 354 is acceptable. How are we doing for time? We're pretty good on time. So another pretty brisk episode. Alright. You know, just take 3 buffs because I'll just get rid of them. What are you fused with? Smog. That shouldn't be that bad. And they don't have extra traits or any other annoying things like that. Yeah, you can... I'd rather you deal more damage to me as opposed to taking less damage yourself. Because that form of damage would be indirect damage, which we have pretty good protection against regardless. Let's take out these Efreet. Somehow we've got to track down 6 more enemies, which is a lot. Okay, we got to keep doing this stuff as well. There's 2 of our enemies. Don't take that, take this. It's tight, but I'll live a little bit dangerously. putting him at the top of the timeline. You know, what's life without a little bit of I guess that's one way to make the episodes a little interesting, is to make the boss fights genuinely dangerous. Be like, you know what, sometimes there's a chance of losing, because that's a thing that we generally don't ever even feel in this game, is the threat that we might lose. Because our animator party is basically just outright unkillable. And then there's this party, which for the most part just kills everything on turn 0. You know, at the start of battle. Alright, so there's... Again, there's one enemy left. So we gotta run around, trying to convince him to join us. There you are. So we killed the master, we found the buried treasure, and so let's now just run headlong into our potential demise against Nebodar, who will have 6 chances to do some stuff. He did the smart thing by doing area of effect damage. Oof. Yikes. That is painful. That is very painful. So we'll start out Life Orb. I think it's got to be Life Orb. And we it was really tight for a while, but we pulled it out. And excuse me? Oh, he had rebirth, and some dumb stuff happened because false gods for some reason are immune to burn their corpses, which I've talked about my feelings regarding that many times before, but yeah. Yeah. Let's see. For each non-ethereal arsenal... You know what, let's just take Backdraft. 5,000 Nature Guild reputation is decent. Let's head home and start wrapping things up. The exit is right there. Alright. So what was accomplished this episode? Not that much, but we did get one achievement. We got a bit of progress on the Grove Tender, I think, or was it the Engineer? Well, first of all, let's not even hand in our... there's no point not handing it in when we're literally right here. It has to be a limit to my laziness. Bounty, who was it? False. Lost Construct. Alright, now, what is our goal? Let me just check, make sure I picked the right class. Yes, we did. Good progress on the Goblet of Trials. Alright, so now let's reflect on what was accomplished this episode. One achievement. So it was an engineer achievement. 30 realm quests as the engineer. That's going to be on pause while we're playing as the Grove Tender, but you know what, we'll eventually get back to it. Eventually we'll have to do all the classes, but for now, that's how it is. What else? We found a double trait netherstone. That was kind of fun. I'll remind you which one we found. Oh, we gotta go here. It was this one. Stand as one interesting idea. Pariah, not that interesting. I would never install stand as one. It would just, even if it helps us, it would make things too slow. I prioritize speed over everything else. And then let's just take a look at some of the progress we've made on stuff like this. We got about another 800 defense out of this episode. Slowly getting there, you know? Slowly getting there, and we broke some stuff. Some resource nodes and some destructible objects. So that, yeah, it's gonna be slow, but once that is done, it'll be a relief. And we also handed in one Rune of Prophecies. So we are now at 341 Runes of Prophecies handed in. And we are at how many lines? Oh, 2,468 lines. We're getting close to that 2,500. So yeah, that was the progress we made. I'm pretty happy with how that went. That Nebodar fight actually was exciting. Maybe I will more often put bosses at the top of the timeline, just to add a bit of artificial suspense and drama, inject a bit of unpredictability into these episodes. Might not be a bad thing. I'll definitely think about it. For now though, I'm going to say thank you so much for watching. Hope you had a good time, hope you enjoyed yourselves, hope you will join me for the next episode as well, and until then, take care.